Hi, and welcome to Grown Up Guide Pups. This week we decided to work on Ricky's calm and patient behavior, and we did this by taking her to the Oakland Museum of Art. So when we got to the museum, of course, being in a city, we came across a pigeon. So just a reminder, if you've seen week 29, Ricky has a little bit of a bird distraction issue. Well, she is making improvements, and she noticed the pigeon right away and got a little excited about it, but she actually didn't lunge towards the pigeon. She actually jumped straight up and down and even jumped a little backwards, almost to say, I'm really excited by this pigeon, it's really, really cool, but I know I'm not supposed to have it, so I'm gonna back myself up. But I just can't contain myself. So we are still making slight improvements, but she still has a lot of work to go. So we'll continue to expose Ricky to birds and see if we can get her to control herself a little bit better. As a guide dog, Ricky not only needs to navigate crowds, but she also needs to have nice, calm behavior in settings like a museum. Ricky needs to be able to walk calmly through the exhibits, and when I want to stop and check something out, she needs to wait patiently until I am done and ready to move on. Ricky truly shines in situations like these. She's very versatile and has a super calm demeanor. She had no problem just laying down next to me as I was checking things out, and when I said it was time to go, she got right up and moved on to the next exhibit. Now this might seem kind of boring for Ricky, and she's not really doing a whole lot, but she is working and doing a fantastic job. While we were there, we came across a plane fuselage. So we thought it'd be fun to take Ricky in there, and I sat down and she immediately laid down at my feet like she remembered exactly how to behave when boarding a plane, just like we did last month. It wasn't totally realistic because Ricky had way more room around her than we did on our actual plane before. But she seemed to know exactly what she was supposed to do when I sat down, and without any prompt, she just laid down right next to my feet. So I think we can safely say, when it comes to a museum setting, Ricky's got it down. She's doing a great job with this. On the other hand, we seem to be having some issues with walking Ricky on a dirt path. She has a really hard time keeping her nose off the ground. So we took Ricky on a walk on an old landfill. There's all kinds of walking trails, but none of them are paved. And, well, Ricky seems to really have a hard time with this. She wants to sniff everything, and there's all kinds of smell distractions for her. And this is where we use the head collar, and it's really a handy tool. By using the head collar, I can have full control over Ricky's nose. She's not supposed to be sniffing the ground whatsoever. So you may be asking yourself, why is it important for Ricky not to be sniffing the ground? Well, the answer is, if she's sniffing the ground, clearly she's paying attention to the odors that are coming up from the ground. She's looking at the ground and not paying attention to what's out in front of her. Being a potential guide dog, she needs to be aware of any obstacle, and she needs to pay attention at all times in case if anything may come up. So it's been raining a fair amount here, and of course when it rains, you get a lot of smells coming up from the ground, and it proved to be very enticing for Ricky, and she and I kind of battled back and forth of her pulling in the head collar and me doing a little bit of pulling back to try to prevent her from sniffing so she'll learn to keep focus and continue walking. While we were at the park, we did notice a gentleman playing with a remote control fighter jet, and this proved to be a really enticing thing for Ricky to watch. And of course, in Ricky fashion, she wants to check anything new out and try to figure out what is it going to do. So we gave Ricky an opportunity to sit and watch the airplane so she could check it out. It did all kinds of different maneuvers. It was flying straight up, doing straight nosedives, hovering above her, and all kinds of different maneuvers. And for her, it was very fascinating. After giving her an opportunity to check it out, when I asked her to keep moving on, she was able to focus on me and leave the jet behind her and kept moving forward. So this week we had a really good day, and a day that didn't go quite as well as I had hoped. But overall, Ricky is doing a really good job. And I do think with some more time and a lot more consistency, Ricky will pull it all together and hopefully graduate as a guide. So keep watching to follow Ricky's progress, and we'll see you next time on Growing Up Guide Pup.